Hey guys, how's it going? So in this video, I want to talk about the five best rares in Raid Shadow Legends. And so how I'm going to be organizing this list is the characters need to cover, like I'm going to be rating them based on the most important game types. And so first is going to be your campaign farmer, how well they do that. Second is going to be clan boss. That's the next thing of importance. And so that's going to really weigh into how good these characters are. If they're good at clan boss, it's going to really favor them in this list. Next, and then after that, it's going to be like dungeons and arena. And the goal is to try to get characters as good, solid, or really good in as many of those things as possible, not just having these experts in one or the other, especially early game. Later down the line, you can definitely specialize and get like peak performance out of certain characters in certain areas. But for this list, it's going to be ones that cover a broad scope, well or great. And so the first one is going to be Kale. He's one of the first options you get when you first start playing the game. He's really good in a lot of ways because not only is he a really good farmer that doesn't require a crazy amount of gear to become your campaign farmer later, he also does well in the clan boss with his poison on his first move and poison again on his third move. So he's going to be your bread and butter farmer in the beginning of the game. Plus, he'll do really well as a high damage dealer in clan boss. Also very solid in spider, especially due to his AoE here, giving himself turn meter, so he can be consistently clearing out the spiders. Also helping out in places like Minotaur, where the ads in the beginning are actually pretty tough. So that's why he's definitely the best rare so far. If I had to order him, he would be number one. So on to the next one. Okay, so next is going to be Apothecary. So he's good or even great in pretty much every game mode. Even more so than people are choosing to run him over epics and legendaries. Like, he's just a very top tier character, even though he's only a rare. So you gain the benefit of being able to easily skill him up. And then the main thing is going to be his kit. Like, regardless of how easy it is to skill up, his kit is just really good. So the first thing is going to be his A1. Being able to attack something 3 times, that's going to work really well way down the line when you get Giant Slayer. So you'll be able to proc it more often, like 3 hitters really go for Giant Slayer and it does a lot of damage. Next, heal, it's solid and can be critical, so it's just really good heal, but not really the reason why people bring him. The main reason is going to be this move here. It's going to be the combination of having a 3 hit on his auto and this speed buff right here, which is place a 30% increased speed buff on all allies for 2 turns and then fills the turn meter. So it seems like a lot of these moves are either a buff to attack plus turn meter or a buff to speed plus turn meter. And so this one is going to be really good. Having that buff to speed over like an attack buff is going to be really good for clan boss when all you really care about is more turns. The attack buff is not really that important. These combination of skills are very unique and very good, especially for clan boss. That's the thing people focus on after they got their campaign farmer. So since he excels at the thing that's most important, he's going to be a great character. Then not only that, you're getting a really solid character for dungeons and even arena if you don't have a speed up or a guy for your team. Okay, so next is going to be Coldheart. So this character is going to be more specialized. It's going to be more for taking down big bosses. So think clan boss and think dungeons. And then next rare that's really good is going to be Coldheart. And why she's so good is she has 2 really good moves for taking down like large bosses. And so think really good in clan boss, which is awesome, and then also really good in dungeons. But she's a very in-game character. You need it when she really starts to shine is when you have her max out on her masteries, which, you know, it takes a long time to get to. This is not something that you're going to want. If you get her early, you're not going to, she might look or she might look underwhelming, but then later down the line, she really starts to pop off. And why that is because she has the 4 hit on her auto, which 4 hit on her auto, what makes that so good is Giant Slayer can proc as many times as possible. So having 4 times gives you as many chances as possible for it to proc, which is going to lead to a lot of damage in the clan boss or in a dungeon scenario. And then lastly is going to be this move here. Her A3 does damage based on enemy health or like max enemy health. So you have bigger health pool, bigger damage. It hits super hard. A really cool move, and it also depletes turn meter, which is good for, say, Spider or Minotaur, stuff like that, where you're trying to clear and you need to do big damage to a high health boss. So that's why she easily makes this list. But she's going to be a rare that you're going to want to use a way later down the line than something like Kale, who you get to use pretty much exclusively from the beginning to mid/late game. Okay, and so next on the list we got Bellower. He's another kind of niche character, and what he's mainly going to focus on, this guy does a lot of AoE. So he has AoE on his auto, on his A2, on his A3. And so what makes him so good is that he is really good. You'll be using him in a lot of dungeons. He helps clear with that. But then way down the line, when you have really good gear, he's a super fast speed farmer. So he would replace your main starter, as your main starter can do like a vamp style. Main farmer can do like a vamp style farming method where you put on a vamp farm set and you can farm it. It usually takes about 30 seconds. Whereas with Bellower, once you have the right gear, I'm talking like 100% crit rate and I believe 150% crit damage, he can just one-shot the waves on 12-3 Brutal. And then so it just speeds up that farming time immensely, going from 30 seconds per each time to only like 9 to 11 seconds. Super good character. He's also good in Arena, also good in Spider, good in Minotaur. He's Void Affinity, so he's never going to be weak. Just really good character. Definitely don't want to take him to Clan Boss. He only has one-hit moves, so he's definitely going to be pretty weak there. But in all those other areas, gonna really excel in. Last on the list is going to be Aethel. She's one of the characters you could have chose in the beginning of the game. Kale being the one, in my opinion, is the best one. Aethel being number 2, probably like a 1A, 1B scenario. You can argue late game she used to be better before. Back in May, I believe they made a patch where weaken used to affect HP burn and poison damage. Now that's not a thing anymore. So it nerfed Weaken, which was one of her main drawing points to her kit. So having that nerf definitely kind of like put her a step back, but she does fill a lot of the roles that Kale does while also being a good character late game. So going to be a good campaign farmer without needing crazy gear. Really good all around, going to be good in Arena, going to be good in Clan Boss late down the line. Also really solid in for clearing out those waves in some of the dungeons. Awesome character, really good. If you got one of these two, you definitely picked one of the better starters in the beginning of the game. The other two starters are still good, and they can do everything that I was saying that these two can do. So Gaelic and Elhain, they can both. They're really good farmers. They're good in dungeons, they're good in Arena, but the thing that they're going to be lacking is going to be doing as much, having as much of an impact in Clan Boss as Aethel and Kale do. That's why people rate them higher. So don't feel too bad if you got those two characters. They're still really good, just going to fall off a lot quicker than, say, Aethel and Kale would. So, all right, guys, well, that should do it for this list. These are the top 5 best rares in Raid Shadow Legends. If you feel like I left anyone out, please let me know. If you have any questions, I got my Discord link down in the description, and you guys have a good one.